Welcome to the Midnight Whisper Sleep Stories. Tonight, I invite you into a place very few have ever seen. A sanctuary hidden beneath waves so calm. You can hear your own thoughts settling into stillness. If the day felt heavy, or your mind is carrying more than it should, don't worry anymore. Here, every sound is soft, every color is peaceful, and every moment leads you closer to deep, effortless sleep. So lie back, let your breath fall into its natural rhythm, and allow tonight's journey to unfold around you. You're safe here. You're welcome here. And soon, you'll drift into the quietest sleep you've had in a long time. Part 1. Entering the moonlit library. The night unfolds gently above the open ocean, a wide velvet sky brushed with soft moonlight. Stretching from horizon to horizon. You're standing on a quiet wooden pier, one that seems to exist outside of time itself. The boards under your feet are cool, faintly shimmering, as though touched by hundreds of nights just like this. A slow tide rises and falls beneath you, moving with the unhurried grace of something that has always known peace. The ocean tonight is unlike any you've seen before. Glass-like silver blue, so calm it reflects the moon perfectly, as though the world has two skies instead of one. You take a quiet breath, and the air carries a barley, their scent of salt and lavender, warm enough to loosen the last bits of tension lingering in your shoulders. The wind is soft, hesitant, almost gentle in the way it brushes against you, like the ocean whispering that there is nothing left to rush, nothing left to fix, and nothing that needs your attention except this moment. At the edge of the pier, you notice a small boat waiting for you, a round, moonlit vessel carved from pale wood, its sides glowing faintly as if storing the light of 100 evenings. A single lantern hangs above it, drifting in the breeze, offering just enough warmth to guide you forward. You step inside. The boat rocks slightly, slow, soothing, rhythmic. Then, without any oars, without any wind filling its sail, it begins to glide across the mirror, still surface of the water. Every movement is unhurried. Every sound is softened. Every moment feels like an invitation to let go a little more. The moonlight deepens as you drift farther from shore, and the ocean beneath begins to glow in soft gradients. Deep blues, muted purples, quiet greens that shimmer in gentle pulses. It's as though the sea itself is breathing, inhaling peace, exhaling calm. A group of tiny silver fish swim beneath your boat, their bodies leaving thin trails of light that weave across each other like quiet constellations. They seem to recognize you, circling with a patient, silent grace, leading your path deeper into the night. Minutes pass, or maybe much longer. Time feels different here. Softer, slower. Eventually, a shape begins to emerge beneath the water. At first, it looks like moonlight trapped in the waves. Then, as your boat drifts closer, you see it clearly. A grand circular stone archway deep below the surface, glowing softly, waiting. The structure rests on the ocean floor, yet light from its runes travels all the way up to your boat like warm beams rising through clear water. The patterns carved into the stone shift gently, as though alive, lines bending, rearranging, guiding you in. Your boat stops. The water suddenly becomes even calmer, almost impossibly still, as if the sea is holding its breath for what comes next. Then, the lantern above your boat brightens. A warm glow descends around you, wrapping you in a sphere of shimmering gold. You feel weightless, not floating, not sinking, simply resting, gently suspended in this moment. And slowly, quietly, your boat begins to sink downward through the water, not falling, not diving, just drifting with the same soft rhythm you've followed since the journey began. You expect cold, you expect pressure, but none of it comes. Instead, the water feels warm around you, like a soft blanket settling across your body. It hums faintly with a calming tone, just one long, steady note that relaxes something deep inside your chest. As you descend, the ocean grows clearer and clearer until it feels like drifting through air. Schools of glowing fish swim around you in spirals, their movements slow enough to soothe your mind into a perfectly calm rhythm. Step by step, sound by sound, thought by thought, your inner world grows quieter. When the boat reaches the seafloor, the archway opens, not by moving, but by simply changing the way the light bends within it. A warm pathway forms, leading from your boat to a set of marble steps. You step onto the stone. For a moment, everything falls into complete stillness. Then the floor beneath your feet glows. A soft pulse, a second one, a third, and the steps lead you upward. Not through rock, not through tunnels, but into a hidden chamber beneath the sea. As you rise, you notice the shift in atmosphere. The water around you fades into air quiet, cool, softly lit, until you stand inside a vast underwater hall. The moonlit library, it is breathtaking. Shelves curve around the circular chamber in perfect spirals. Rising higher than you can see, each one is carved from pale pearl stone, smooth and warm to the touch. Between the shelves, floating lanterns hover, glowing with silver, white flames that flicker like tiny moons. Books fill every corner, leather bound, cloth bound, some glowing faintly as though holding captured memories. No dust, no decay. Every page is alive, waiting. And the best part, there is no sound, not silence that feels empty, but silence that feels safe. A peaceful, sacred stillness that settles into your mind like calm water filling a quiet pool. You walk forward slowly, your steps barely making a sound on the glowing floor. Your breath falls into a natural, effortless rhythm, and your thoughts unfurl like soft ribbons, drifting peacefully behind you. You feel lighter, calmer, more grounded than you've felt in days. And in front of you, on a small pedestal, lies a single glowing book. Its cover shimmers with moonlit patterns that shift when you blink, like constellations rearranging themselves. Just for you, you reach out. Your fingertips graze the cover, and the pages open, bathing you in a warm, silver glow that pulls you deeper into peace than you've ever felt before. This is where your journey truly begins. You continue walking along the moonlit path, feeling the softness of the ground beneath your feet, almost like cool velvet warmed gently by the night. Every step feels slower now, quieter, as though the earth itself is encouraging you to sink deeper into calm. The sky above is wider than before, stretching into a deep indigo ocean, sprinkled with delicate stars that shimmer like tiny silver lanterns. They don't twinkle sharply. They glow softly, steadily, like little heartbeats floating far away. Ahead of you, the path begins to curve, bending towards a faint glow. A pale luminescence, warm, gentle, golden, spills out from behind a cluster of tall, ancient trees. Their branches hang low, heavy with blossoms that drift lazily through the air. Each falling petal seems to carry a little sigh of peace, dissolving into the wind before it ever reaches the ground. As you step closer, the glow grows brighter, and then you see it. A hidden orchard, quiet, vast, completely untouched by time. The trees are arranged in soft, sweeping patterns, like the rings of an old meditation circle. Their leaves shimmer in shades of moonlit silver and soft pastel gold. Some trees carry fruit that glow faintly, just enough to cast a warm, embracing light over the ground. The gentle radiance feels like a blanket wrapped around your shoulders, soothing you deeper and deeper into the moment. A light breeze moves through the branches, but the sound it creates is nothing like wind in normal leaves. Here the leaves sing, not loudly, not sharply, but in soft, airy chime, like sighs that drift around you like warm breath. Every movement of the breeze creates a different harmony, peaceful, slow, flowing like a lullaby written just for you. You take a quiet breath in, and your body feels a little heavier, like it's slowly settling into the rhythm of the orchard. The air smells faintly of warm honey and a soft floral sweetness, gentle enough that it doesn't fill your senses, but comforting enough to loosen every strand of tension you carried with you. The deeper you walk, the quieter everything becomes. Not empty quiet, but peaceful quiet, a silence that feels alive, a silence that listens. Your footsteps grow slower. The world seems to breathe with you, and without forcing anything, without even trying, you notice your thoughts drifting apart, thinning in the calmness like clouds dissolving at sunset. Ahead of you, a narrow archway made of intertwining branches rises from the orchard floor. The branches meet at the top, holding a cluster of glowing blossoms shaped like tiny stars. A soft pulse travels across the petals, as though the tree is alive with calm, steady dreams. You move beneath the archway. On the other side, the orchard shifts. Here, the trees are shorter, their canopies rounder and softer. Their fruit glows in pastel shades of blue and lavender, illuminating the air with a cool, tranquil glow similar to moonlight reflecting on still water. Fireflies drift through the branches, slow, graceful, weightless. Like fragments of dreams wandering without urgency, a narrow stone path begins here, made of smooth pale stones. Each step you take on the path releases a faint, barely audible hum, almost like the vibration of a soft lullaby. It doesn't distract, it doesn't overwhelm, it simply rests beneath your awareness, guiding your body into deeper comfort. The path leads to a clearing at the center of the orchard, and in that clearing stands an enormous tree, ancient, towering, magnificent. Its trunk is wide and warm-colored, glowing softly like a lantern carved from golden wood. Its branches rise into the air like flowing ribbons, each one adorned with thousands of tiny star-shaped blossoms. These blossoms shine with a silvery glow, creating an entire canopy that looks like a floating sky of gentle lights. This is the Dreamkeeper tree, a place the old wanderers believed could soothe even the most restless heart. A tree whose silence was said to hold forgotten dreams and release them in soft, peaceful waves to anyone who stood beneath it. As you approach, the ground beneath your feet becomes softer, covered in layers of fallen glowing petals. Every step feels like pressing your foot into a warm, cloud, soft cushion. The petals shift gently under your weight, releasing tiny sparkles of light that float upward and dissolve into the air. You come to a stop beneath the Dreamkeeper tree, and for a moment, the whole world pauses. The tree releases a slow exhaler, a breath of soft glowing mist that drifts outward and wraps around you like cool silk. The mist carries warmth without heat, calm, without weight, silence, without emptiness. A perfect balance. Your shoulders loosen. Your breath becomes slower on its own. Your mind grows quieter, not empty, just peaceful. The blossoms above begin to sway, and a soft rain of glowing petals drifts downward. They float around you, drifting slowly, gently, as if falling through water. Some land on your shoulders and dissolve instantly into tiny sparks of light that melt into your skin. leaving behind warmth, calm, softness. The dreamkeeper tree hums, a deep, resonant, slow vibration, barely audible, but strong enough that you feel it in your chest, in your spine, in your fingertips. It's the sound of ancient dreams, humming through the air like a lullaby older than memory. You close your eyes for a moment. The ground beneath you feels warm and steady. The air feels soft and glowing. The orchard feels like it's holding you. You take one slow breath, and the world sinks into a deeper silence. A silence so peaceful that your entire body feels lighter, warmer, softer. The dreamkeeper tree continues humming, sending ripples of calm through the orchard. Every ripple drifts through your muscles, soothing them. Through your thoughts, unwinding them. Through your heartbeat, slowing it gently into a peaceful rhythm. You open your eyes again, and the orchard looks even more magical now. The light is softer. The trees glow more gently. The air seems to shimmer with tranquility. Time doesn't move here, or maybe it moves slowly, gently, like a river in a dream. And as you stand beneath the ancient tree, you realize you are drifting deeper and deeper into a world built entirely for rest, a place where nothing demands your energy, nothing pulls at your mind, nothing needs to be solved or remembered. Just calm, just warmth, just silence, just peace. And the night, the orchard, the tree, all whisper the same soft message. Rest now. You're safe here. The forest path eventually opens into a quiet clearing, a place where the night feels even deeper, even more velvety, as if the air itself is taking a long, slow inhale. You step forward, and the gentle hush around you becomes a kind of soft blanket. The world has shifted once again, subtle, dreamlike, unhurried. Ahead, sitting on a small rise of smooth stone, is an ancient observatory. Its dome glimmers in the moonlight, not in the way metal reflects, but in the way still water catches the sky. Silvery, hushed, peaceful, a structure that looks like it was built not for the stars, but with them. Every corner of it feels softened by time, worn smooth by countless quiet nights. You pause at the base of the stone steps leading up to the entrance. The stairs are cool beneath your feet, each one holding a faint shimmer of starlight. Moss grows along the edges, glowing ever so slightly, as if responding to your breath, your heartbeat, your quiet presence. You take another slow step and another. The air grows colder, but not in a biting way. It's crisp, clean, almost tingling. The kind of cold that clears your mind instantly. With every breath, your chest feels lighter. With every exhale, the last pieces of noise inside you fall away. The tall wooden door of the observatory stands partially open. It creaks softly as you push it, the sound echoing like a gentle whisper inside the hollow dome. And then you step inside. The world shifts again. The observatory interior. The space is enormous, far bigger than it appeared from the outside. A vast circular hall stretches beneath the curved silver dome, and the walls are carved with endless constellations. Some you recognize: Orion, Draco, Cassiopeia. Others are unfamiliar, dream constellations perhaps, or forgotten stories carved before memory existed. But the main thing that draws your attention is the giant telescope in the center. It is unlike any earthly instrument. A fluid, flowing structure made of polished stone and floating crystal. The telescope doesn't sit on mechanical joints. It floats, suspended by a soft blue glow. It rotates silently on its own, as if following the subtle movements of the sky. You walk closer, your footsteps echoing lightly across the smooth floor. Every step sends a ripple of starlight across the stones, soft pulses of pale blue that drift outward before fading. The feeling of peace is overwhelming. There's no tension inside your shoulders anymore. Your breath is slow, warm, steady. Your thoughts feel as if they've softened at the edges, as if the observatory is gently rearranging your mind, placing every worry on a high shelf far above reach. The whispering starlight. You stand beside the telescope and peer through it. The metal quietly shifts, adjusting itself to your height, your stance, your presence. You don't even need to touch it. It somehow knows when you bring your eye close to the lens. The entire sky seems to unfold inside the glass. Not just a few stars, but millions. Soft gold, icy blue, pale lavender, deep silver. All drifting, swirling, breathing. You blink slowly, letting the image settle. The stars feel close, too close, as if you could reach into the lens and brush your hand along their glowing edges. For a moment, you don't hear anything except your own breath. But then, A faint sound begins to tremble through the glass, a whisper. Not a voice, not words. Just the soft vibration of ancient starlight. The most delicate hum, like the world exhaling after a long, deep rest. You listen, and as you do, a warm sensation spreads slowly down your spine. A soft melting warmth that dissolves deeper and deeper until your whole body feels weightless. Your mind grows hazy, relaxed, beautifully heavy at the edges. It's as if the stars are humming directly into your thoughts, smoothing out every crease, calming every restless corner. You hear a long, slow sigh of the universe, and your own breathing naturally falls into the same rhythm. Slow, gentle, steady, peaceful. A stairway of light. After a long moment, you step away from the telescope and move deeper into the observatory. At the back of the hall, you notice something new, something that wasn't obvious at first glance. A staircase made entirely of drifting starlight. Each step is a floating plate of light, rising in a soft curve along the wall toward a narrow balcony near the top of the dome. The steps float gently, bobbing like tiny lanterns on a calm river. When you place your foot on one, it holds you perfectly, glowing brighter for a moment before returning to its soft shimmer. You ascend, slowly, quietly, breathlessly. The higher you climb, the more the air changes. It becomes lighter, thinner, softer, like inhaling pure moonlight. Your thoughts seem to rise with you, lifting gently, floating free from your chest. You feel spacious, calm, open, like a window that has just been unlatched after years of being stuck. At the balcony, the night sky is waiting for you. A huge circular window frames the world outside, and the moon hangs just above the horizon. Massive, glowing, impossibly close, as if you could reach out and touch the soft silver glow along its edge. A soft wind drifts inside the open frame, carrying the smell of cold air and pine. It rushes lightly across your face, smoothing away the last fragments of tension you didn't even realize were still there. The celestial map. On the balcony floor lies a round stone table with a glowing star map etched into it. The lines on the map rearrange themselves every few seconds, softly shifting, reconnecting, forming new constellations as if responding to the night sky outside. Some constellations pulse gently, others fade, some glow brighter as the moon rises. And then a faint, warm light forms a small sphere above the map. It floats in front of you, slowly rotating. You lift your hand, unsure whether you should touch it. But the orb drifts closer on its own, settling above your palm without touching your skin. Light spills from it like warm, liquid moonlight. Inside the sphere, you see a soft, shimmering vision, not a memory, not a dream, not fantasy, just a gentle truth your mind needed, a place where you are safe, where you are quiet, where everything heavy sheds its weight and floats away. The orb hums with the same whispering sound you heard earlier through the telescope, the same vibration of cosmic peace, ancient and soft and endlessly calming. You close your fingers around the orb, and it dissolves silently into dusts of starlight that sink gently into your hand. Your chest, your breath, warmth spreads through you. Your heartbeat slows, your eyelids grow heavier. Your thoughts stretch out like soft shadows on the floor, a door into the stars. As you step back from the map, you notice another small doorway on the far side of the balcony. Round, carved into the dome itself, glowing softly with blue light. You walk toward it, each step slow and steady. The moment you place your hand on the door frame, it opens without sound, and beyond it is a quiet platform completely open to the sky. The observatory extends outward like a floating terrace, suspended in the night. A thin layer of cloud drifts around the edges, glowing silver with moonlight. The stars above are clearer than anywhere else you've been tonight. Sharp, real, close. You step out. The wind wraps around you like a cool blanket. Somewhere deep inside your chest, something unclenches. Something rests. Something softens. You tilt your head upward, and for a long, long moment, you simply breathe with the stars. No hurry, no noise, no tension, just the vast, gentle silence of a night that holds you like a friend. A night that asks for nothing and gives you everything, especially peace. You stand there until the world around you becomes soft and distant, until even your breath sounds like part of the sky, until your mind finally drifts into that beautiful, heavy sleep, ready stillness, and the stars whisper, rest. The moment you step beyond the final curve of the moonlit path, the world seems to pause, as if the air itself takes a slow, quiet breath. A faint shimmer rises from the ground. gentle, pale, drifting like soft dust illuminated by an unseen light. It surrounds your feet, warm and weightless, guiding you towards something deeper, something hidden. Ahead of you stretches an ancient lantern stairway, carved into the slope of a sleeping hillside. Each step glows with its own tiny lantern, not burning fire, not glowing magic, but something in between. A gentle silver warmth, as if moonlight had learned how to hold itself inside glass. You pause at the bottom of the stairs. Listening, there is no wind, no sound from the world behind you, only the faint, nearly silent hum of the lanterns, a hum so soft that it feels more like a feeling than a sound, a hum that moves through your chest, loosening something inside you like a delicate, not finally releasing. You place your foot on the first step, and your entire body exhales. The lantern glows a little brighter under your presence, welcoming you quietly, almost affectionately, before settling back into its soft silver tone. You take another step, then another. Each one feels lighter than the last, as if these steps were built not for climbing, but for drifting upward. Your shoulders relax. Your thoughts begin to slow one by one. The stairway seems to understand your pace, never rushing, never pulling, simply carrying you upward with patient, dreamlike calm. Above you, the sky deepens into a velvet midnight blue. Soft stars gather like scattered petals, drifting lazily across the horizon. The air grows warmer, not hot, not cold. Just the perfect kind of warmth that gently wraps around your arms, your neck, the back of your mind, softening everything. Halfway up the stairway, the lanterns begin to change. At first you think you're imagining it, but then you noticed some lanterns glow like pale gold, some shimmer like soft blue, one flickers gently from lavender to pearl. Their colors shift so slowly that it feels like watching a breathing rhythm. A cosmic inhaler, a cosmic exhaler. The colors are calming in a way you didn't expect. Almost hypnotic, almost protective. And then you realize each lantern changes color when you pass it. They're responding to you, not in a magical, surprising way, but in an intuitive, comforting, deeply peaceful way. And as if the stairway knows exactly what your body needs. A lantern glows warm gold as you move past it, melting tension from your shoulders. Another glows blue, quieting distant worries you weren't even aware were still lingering. Another lantern shimmers lavender, easing the deeper layer of fatigue that sits beneath your thoughts, loosening muscles you didn't realize were tight. You climb slowly, purposefully, softly, and for the first time in a long time, you realize it. You're not thinking about anything else. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not anything beyond this quiet, glowing stairway that leads into a sky full of peaceful silence. As you rise higher, the world below fades into a blur. A soft watercolor painting dissolving behind a veil of light mist. But it doesn't feel like leaving something behind. It feels like being gently carried toward exactly where you're meant to be. The stairway turns slightly, widening into a delicate plateau. You step onto it, and your breath catches, not in surprise, but in awe. Before you stretches a vast horizon hidden from ordinary eyes. A quiet sea of clouds, smooth as silk, lit from below by a soft, golden glow. They move in slow waves that barely rise, barely fall. Like an ocean that learned how to sleep. Above that sea, floating gently like ancient islands, are enormous shapes made of shimmering light. Not buildings, not mountains, not anything recognizably earthly. More like dreams given form, memories turned into gentle structures of soft luminescence. One looks like a giant archway made of moonlight. Another drifts like a slow whale made of silver mist. Farther away, a cluster of glowing threads rises like the roots of a tree hanging upside down in the sky, but they're not intimidating, not overwhelming. They seem to watch over you with warmth, welcoming you into a realm that has been waiting for you quietly. Patiently, the lantern stairway continues ahead, now suspended gently above the cloud. See by threads of glowing air. Not dangerous, not fragile, perfectly stable, perfectly safe. You step forward and the world responds instantly. The lanterns begin a new rhythm, a slow wave-like pulse. One lantern lighting up softly as the next dims, creating a flowing sequence of gentle light that leads you forward like a path through a dream. Your footsteps become lighter still, almost like floating, almost like being carried by the lanterns themselves. For a moment, you close your eyes and the world feels weightless. Time stretches, not forward, not backward, just outward, like a soft blanket being unfolded slowly around you. When you open your eyes again, you notice something new. Far ahead, at the end of the stairway, lies something resembling a graceful pavilion. Tiny from a distance, glowing softly with a gentle white, blue aura, as if someone had woven moonlight into delicate roof beams and drifting curtains. It looks peaceful. It looks calming. It looks like the place where your mind finally stops searching, stops worrying, and simply rests. You continue forward, and the lights grow warmer, shifting into softer tones. Peach, cream, pale rose. A breeze finally arrives, but not a cold one, not even a warm one. Just the perfect weightless whisper of air that carries the faint scent of something gentle, like nighttime petals opening far, far below. It brushes against your skin like a hand made of soft air, guiding, not pushing, comforting, not distracting. And then something unexpected happens. As you walk, tiny particles of sleeping light begin to rise from the clouds sea below. Like fireflies made of starlight, drifting lazily upward, surrounding you with a slow, swirling, dreamlike motion. They do not land on you. They do not rush. They simply accompany you, a silent escort of tiny, peaceful lights. Your chest loosens. Your breathing deepens automatically. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to solve, nothing left to carry. Just walk. Softly, slowly, on a stairway made for quiet hearts and tired minds. You reach the final curve, and the pavilion ahead glows brighter. A soft welcome that feels almost like a whisper. You're closed now, and the lanterns brighten in agreement. Their colors blooming all at once in a slow, gentle wave that feels like sunrise unfolding in silence. You step closer, and the air becomes unbelievably calm. A calm so deep, so peaceful, so silently magical, that it feels like the world is holding its breath just for you. You take one last step, and the lanterns dim behind you, guiding you softly toward the pavilion, toward the next chapter of this dreamlike realm, toward the place where the deepest rest awaits. The path ahead begins to rise again, gently, slowly, like a breath lifting after a long exhale. The whispering garden lies behind you now, resting under its shimmering glass leaves and soft, timeless glow. Ahead, a new quiet opens, a deeper silence, a higher stillness, as though the night itself is inviting you upward, toward a final place where your thoughts no longer follow you. You take your first step onto this new trail. The air here feels slightly cooler, lighter, as though each breeze has forgotten the weight of the world. It brushes past your cheeks like a soft ribbon, carrying the faintest scent of moonlit stone and quiet earth. Nothing sharp, nothing distracting. Everything gentle, everything easy. Above you, the sky deepens into the richest midnight blue, so smooth, so calm. It almost looks like velvet stretched across the horizon. A few stars pulse softly in the distance, slow, steady, unhurried, like tiny heartbeats guiding you further into peace. You walk a little more, and the ground beneath you shifts from warm earth to pale, glowing stone. The stones are beautiful, softly illuminated from within, as if holding a memory of ancient moonlight. Each footstep makes the stone warm gently under your skin. Not hot, not cold, just the perfect temperature that your body melts into without effort. Your breath falls into rhythm, slow inhaling, a quiet pause, and an even slower, softer exhaler, and the world around you moves in harmony with that calm rhythm. A cluster of delicate plants appear on either side of the path, tall, slender, and glowing faintly at their tips like tiny lanterns. When the breeze strokes past them, they sway with a whispering sound, a sound so soft and soothing that it seems to massage the air around you. The path widens, and suddenly you see it, the final summit, a low, circular plateau resting at the very top of the trail, glowing softly as though lit by a hidden moon. Above the plateau floats a veil of cool white mist, thin, weightless, feather light. It rises and falls in slow waves, like the calmest breath imaginable. Your steps slow naturally, without thinking. This place feels sacred, gentle, endless. As you reach the beginning of the plateau, you notice a tall archway made entirely of moonlit vines. The vines twist together like silver threads, forming a soft, curved entrance. Tiny lights move inside the vines, soft white glimmers drifting like sleepy fireflies. You pass beneath the archway. The moment you do, everything becomes quieter. Not the uncomfortable kind of quiet. Not the heavy silence that makes you aware of your thoughts. This is different. This quiet feels like warm water resting around your mind, easing every thought into stillness, smoothing every edge inside you. The center of the plateau holds a perfect circle of glowing sand, pale, cool, and shimmering softly like powdered moonlight. You step onto it slowly, carefully, feeling the delicate softness cradle the soles of your feet. Every grain feels like a whisper. Every movement sends the faintest ripple across the sand, spreading in gentle waves before fading softly. A breeze passes. It is slower here, softer, almost mindful as it wraps around you. The air hums with a barely, their vibration, not a sound, not a tone, just a calming presence, as if the summit itself is alive and breathing with you. Far above, the stars begin to shift, not quickly, not dramatically, just a subtle drifting motion, like glowing petals floating across a dark lake. Their movement is peaceful, so peaceful it makes your shoulders drop, your chest loosen, your mind soften. A long moment passes. Nothing pulls you forward. Nothing pushes you back. You simply stand in the center of the whispering summit, surrounded by air that feels lighter than anything you've ever breathed. The sand below you warms slightly, a soft pulse, then another, as though the ground is reading your breath and responding with its own. Each pulse relaxes a different part of your body, your ankles, your legs, the muscles along your back. You don't force anything. You don't try to relax. The space does it for you, and then a soft glow appears at the far edge of the plateau. A guardian, but not a person, not an animal, not anything solid. It is simply a shape of warm, gentle light, like a lantern whose flame flickers in slow, floating patterns. Its glow is quiet, comforting, familiar. You don't feel threatened. You feel welcomed, as if this gentle figure has been expecting you. It moves closer, not walking, not gliding, just gently drifting toward you. And as it does, you feel a deep release in your chest, a release you didn't realize you were holding. The guardian stops a few feet away. Its glow expands slightly, just enough to wash over you like a blanket made of warm stars. No words, no instructions, no messages, just presence, pure, peaceful, grounding presence. You breathe in, the light brightens. You breathe out, the light softens and lowers gently. It synchronizes itself with you, matching your rhythm, matching your peacefulness, guiding you deeper into a state of calm that feels endless. A subtle vibration spreads through the air, like the quiet hum of distant wind through hollow stone. But it's not sharp, not loud, it's warm, soothing. It travels through your ears, down your neck, across your shoulders, and into your arms like liquid starlight. Your fingers loosen, your spine melts, your thoughts dissolve quietly into the background, like soft ink disappearing into water. You feel so light now, so quiet, as though sleep is not something you chase, but something that gently rises to meet you. The Guardian's light shifts again. This time, it forms a small circle behind you, completing a ring of soft white glow around the entire plateau. The circle closes slowly, tenderly, and when it does, the summit feels sealed, protected, like a silent sanctuary floating above the world. The breeze softens even further. Your breaths lengthen. Each exhale feels heavier, slower, as though it wants to pull you downward into the gentlest, warmest sleep imaginable. You take a few steps toward the center of the glowing sand. The sand reacts, warming slightly beneath your feet, releasing a calming pulse that travels up your legs, along your spine, into your shoulders, quietly unclenching the last, tiniest bits of tension you didn't realize were still there. Your knees soften. Your body grows heavier in the best possible way. You lower yourself slowly into the sand, leaning back, letting your weight sink into the glowing warmth. The sand shifts around you, shaping itself perfectly to your body, supporting every curve, every joint, every muscle. You lie there, still, warm, cradled. The stars continue their slow drifting dance above you, leaving long, dreamy trails of faint light across the sky, like brushstrokes of silver and pearl on a midnight canvas. The sky deepens again, darker, softer, pulling you further into its calm. The Guardian moves behind you. Its light spreads like a warm tide, flowing from your head, across your shoulders, down your arms slowly, slowly, slowly tracing along your body, easing you into a depth of stillness that feels bottomless. Your breathing slows more. Your eyelids grow heavier. Your thoughts soften into fog. Your awareness feels like it is floating on a soft, warm river, drifting without effort, without direction, without any need to return. The summit holds you. The air rocks you. The sand cradles you. And sleep begins to gather at the edges of your mind, moving inward like gentle tides, filling every quiet corner inside you peaceful, warm and impossibly soft. Your last conscious breath drifts out of you like a sigh made of moonlight. The stars dim. The Guardian lowers its glow over your body like a blanket woven from stardust and quiet dreams. And as your mind slips deeper, 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 into a stillness where time stops, The whispering summit holds you safe, quiet, warm, and beautifully asleep.